Hey there, beloved Ascension pioneers. Once again, it's time for some high mountains. And guess what? This year we really didn't have a season for the mountains. So today was a beautiful day, and it was the first day I decided to just go for it. I ran and I actually climbed this beautiful peak. It's in that direction. And as I was climbing it with my gear, I was just already receiving, guidance about some things. And as you know, when you're climbing the mountain, when you're touching the rock, when you're really connected with love, you're already receiving. So I came to the top. I said, okay, what am I meant to receive? And the guidance was, you already received what you're meant to receive. I'm like, okay, good. And the thing is that this peak is called Mojstroka, and in Slovene language, Mojster means master. So the guidance was that this is actually a master hill. And usually when I had like pivotal points in my life, I came to this peak, and I've been here a few times, even in the winter season. And today it just really felt special. It felt like homey, I thought that I'm gonna lose all of my shape and everything, but it was just like a walk in the park. So it was a really pleasant experience. I wanted to talk about this spirit guidance. There's people always asking me, how do you know, that you're receiving spirit guidance? How do you receive it? All these questions that are piling up all the time, which is what most people, as you know, they're seeking this higher connection. And this higher connection is not something to achieve, to seek. It's already within you. We are all born through the same infinite creation seed, the creator seed potential. And as I was walking today, I received this very simple guidance, because if you are one of those who's also been reading Sal Kelly's information in his books, and you by now probably understand how your soul individualization process begins, and how on the higher levels it's all this group effort. It's like a group way of being. So today this guidance was about something very simple to understand once you know these things from deep within. It's when you understand that on the 7th density level you are individualized soul essence, which then has the decision to continue the journey upward into the higher densities or explore lower densities through these lower worlds of creation, so to say, worlds of form. And you get to decide, and anything that is above it is usually based on service, because it's a service-based orientation. And a lot of times beings who explore external worlds of creation, I would rather say external than lower, because you know how many people still feel about that, higher, lower, it's all a perspective. And the thing is that usually it's a personal experience. So when you're a being that already has this activated in your spirit core, that you serve the whole, that you are in the service to the grander scheme of things part, and that this is your role, you will know. And for you, this spirit connection will be natural, just like for me. And for many those who have been more exploring the external worlds of creation, and now we're moving up to this spiral of ascension, they're now really really wanting to know how this is just discovered within yourself, how you blossom into this so naturally. So the guidance was that let me let me see this, that this about the levels, that some have an overall domain energy essence down, so in these external worlds, and they're activating and moving up, while others have domain energy up and they're moving down, so they're descending in order to assist with the ascension. So this is all about, again, ascension and descension. So some are activating the source seed's potential, and like activating for the first time, blossoming in this after spending a while in these external worlds of creation, exploring, gathering information, experiences, all of that. And then when it's time, you seek once again to merge with the greater whole. And others, they're only remembering and embodying what is already activated as the source seed potential within them. So what's already activated on a higher, more refined form. So let's say that when you're awakening to these higher aspects of you, when it's already there, it will be usually, the shifts will be very instantaneous. It will be an inner knowing that's already there. That's nothing like new for you. And you're here to serve with this, this expanded awareness. Remember, in oneness, everything is consciousness. Consciousness is that which always is. It doesn't shift. The awareness part of us, the awareness is that it constantly shifts and expands. So our soul awareness will always expand, because our soul is the one that experiences this, by gathering all the experiences through these different personality aspects. So I wanna explain this again through names. I made a video a while ago. I think it was in spring. I think it was in May, about the different nature of different names that I've received for myself. As you know, when I was birthed, as everybody else, I received a physical name, which is Polona. And this name is how your higher self guides your parents, and how they receive also from their angels, and you get the name that will be this exact perfect name for you. Someone told me that when they researched my name, it actually means the destroyer. So this is the destroyer of old, bringing the self-empowerment. So the name Polona for me describes my soul personality in this time. So for me, this name is one essence. It's this physical embodiment. And when I look at the color, because as you know, each name is a different vibratory level, so therefore each color and its essence is different. So when I look at Polona, and even when I channel some of the art for this, it's like brings the self-empowerment. It's me guiding others when I do it myself. You know, even the personal aspect, you know, the mountain climber, the mountain goat, the perseverant person, very determined. This is the Polona aspect. And I refer it to royal blue or indigo frequencies. Then Aurea is the higher version of me. It's that compassionate, feminine, that goddess light, that the queen of love. This is what I bring through loving everybody, through loving things as they are. And I relate to this aspect as magenta pink. And this is also what I call my elven self. So this part of the creation, which is on a higher level, you know, the first descendants, the first offspring of Source, were the elven race. And then recently, as you know, if you've been following my art, I began doing most of my art in the frequency of white gold. This is the Serapis light, and this is the light of the Ascension flame, the white flame of purity and of devotion to Ascension and of freedom. So the name I received recently was Serapina. And as you know, even the Master Serapis is connected with the angels of the Order of Seraphim. He is the only master that relates to them on this level. So the Seraphim light is included in this. And this is this highest aspect. This is kind of like my spirit form and this white ray of devotion that I am serving. So I call this the self-mastery and devotion to Ascension, and the frequency is golden white. And the name that I received, Serapina, mirrors that essence, which is very persistent in the ways of spirit. So all of these three for me now have a very important role to play, because each level is important. And spirit does not outcast one part. You know, spirit is the overall of all, if you understand what I mean. So the dawn, Polona Aurea, dawn, which was, you know, the name I've received for myself. The dawn is the frequency of it's describing the purpose. It's describing the purpose, which is bringing the light of illumination to the worlds of creation. And this is the, as you know, the Seraphim are the creation angels, and then the white mother light is that light, which is the light where everything comes from. All evolves from that light. All evolves from the beautiful spiral of the white mother light. So Serapina is the level when this is the serving this, and serving the Holy Spirit, serving the Shekinah light, and really doing everything through the will of spirit, through that higher spirit knowing. So I explain this to make you better understand how it was for me. Your path will be different. It will be unique for you. So don't try to sometimes compare yourself with another, because internal knowing is what it is. Sometimes we're all like, I wish that too. But what is our path just is the divine blueprint, and the purpose that we share in a bigger picture, not just the purpose right now here. As you know, our purposes always vary to the level of creation that we're now serving to. So the thing is that all are important. They don't exclude each other. They include each other. They're interconnected. So the white creation light of Mother's love for all, and this is for all ascending realities. Recently I was running and I received this guidance that my group oversoul is usually those who come to these planes of existence that are ascending, the ascending worlds, and they bring light, so they kind of give the breath of life to that part. So why this is important is because it gives you a greater understanding of yourself, of different aspects of you, of different potentials, where you exist, and then how you work with that light. And don't forget, it's not that once you develop this higher part of you, you're going to negate your, not lower, but more denser aspects of you. And the thing is, like I said, they're interconnected. When you come into oneness, you understand this beautiful correlation between them all. And you really understand how spirit works through all these forms. And how for you it's important to bring that light of spirit into the world of matter. So, pardon me. Now I'll be discussing more how really you know that the guidance is of spirit. First of all, you won't receive from spirit before you really open up to that level of light, that you really are in tune with spirit. When I say spirit, I said this numerous amounts of times. I don't mean the world where people say and they perceive you go to after you die, the spirit realm. The spirit realm is so vast and diverse because, as you know, you go to the level of your belonging soul awareness anyway. So I don't talk about that. I don't talk about spirit as in the dead people or things like that. When I say spirit, I mean the Holy Spirit. Even my guidance, when I do readings for others, it comes from the Holy Spirit. It comes from the serving, like I said, the white creation light. And for you to, when you're initiated into the realms of spirit, you understand how spirit guidance comes. And there's many levels of guidance, you know. One is just intuition. It's primal to you as a being here in this plane of existence. Like I said, intuition is not the same as spirit guidance. Many people think it is, but it's not. Because everybody is intuitive, and not everybody is initiated into pure spirit, because they still have yet that to blossom into in their journey. And the thing is, when you really know this, you will understand how spirit speaks, if I may refer to such, because it's just so primal, so natural to us, you know, on this level. And I want to start talking about this more as to how you really know and what really drives you into that spirit guidance. First of all, why is it meaningful for you? You know, it is important when we walk this ascension path that we start attuning to these higher levels, because this is what ascension is. And there is no self-mastery without getting attuned to that level of spirit. So, like I said, on each level of your expansion, there's guidance. There's different beings guiding you, but once you transcend the level, you move on to the next level. So I want to talk about this video, this spirit guidance part, which is pure spirit. I've made many videos when I shared about how to recognize divine guidance. And it's just that internal knowing that guides you forward. But now I'm going to move a little deeper and go purely into the spirit realms. So, first of all, like I said, when I say spirit with a capital S, it's that spirit. It's not the spirit world where you perceive that you go to after you die, or, you know, either way. The thing is that this has nothing to do with any levels such as astral levels. It is a level of pure creation. And, yeah, a beautiful blackbird is there. Came to sit with me. And, when you understand this, you also, like I said, you understand the interrelatedness of all these levels. Because what I see is a lot of people, what they do is they disconnect from their lower chakras. They still judge the physical experience on some levels, and yet they want to connect to this higher aspect. There is no such thing. You cannot really receive purely from spirit if you're not grounded here, purely through the lower chakras. Remember, they're one. You really can hear the voices, not literal voices, but you know what I mean. The true guidance of spirit when your chakras are in a beautiful flow, when they're cycling, when you don't say, you know, I don't perceive this way of living is divine, so you cut off from a certain part of you, and then you still feel that you will somehow connect to this greater force. There's a part of it that you're judging, and this part will always stay there. And you cannot really fully move into it before you really become that fully grounded being. Grounded, present, aware. Contemplation. And when you ponder on things, it's very important. This is not the same as being in the mind. I want to say that beings who are very stressed a lot of times who constantly think. When your mind is constantly active, you cannot attune to the higher levels because you create no room for it. You're constantly in the mind, so your energy goes there, and you cannot allow this beautiful flow to take you higher, to take you to the vertical. But then remember, the vertical needs to merge with the horizontal. They're one. There is no separation. A lot of us still like to create the separation, and then we say, I want to be connected to this highest aspect, and then we still are not willing to really look deep enough where we still hold these judgments, where we are still not allowing source light to penetrate through us on all levels. So once you start being source infused on all levels, just bringing that light within, there's a guidance, this spirit guidance, that it doesn't really relate to your personal path. It relates to things of a greater nature. It is that divine will. And don't worry, because a lot of people think that personal will, free will, is then going to be overlooked because there's this greater will that you have no saying within. And the thing is, the only difference is that people who live in alignment with the divine will, they hear the guidance of spirit as they just go in a straight line. They don't need free will because that's no longer their experience. So their experiences will be different than most people because it's just the way they live. They live from a certain soul awareness that is just like it is. And these people cannot compare their journeys with somebody else. A lot of people, write to me, why am I like this? Why am I like this? And they cannot yet make peace with where they are. That's why we can never compare. But what I'm sharing in these videos is to help you understand where we might be still blocking this higher attunement. And this is very important, like I said, not to exclude your lower chakras. Well, once we get those steps, we need to understand that how spirit guidance really is. Because a lot of people think they hear higher beings, but the voices that come, they're not really neutral. They're not for the greater service. Sometimes they're very dominating or even manipulative. They tell people what to do. Firstly, spirit guidance never tells you what to do exactly. Spirit serves the expansion of all creation through complete unconditionality. It does not give orders or instructions like, yeah, you should do this or that. This is usually either your own mind or entities that are not living in full illumination, and they act as such. They think they know better, so they still are in egoic entrapments. But spirit has nothing to do with these lower existences. It is pure. It shares through expanding your awareness. It also, when you feel clarity, when you feel at peace, this is the right path for you. When you feel any sort of resistance, then you're not hearing it. When you feel any sorts of yes, no, up and down all the time, again, you're in this energy of unresolved. You're not allowing yourself to be at peace. You gotta first come to the level when you really, really feel at peace with everything. And then work on activating all of your 13 chakric system, because it's really important for you to really be attuned to the highest level of spirit. Sometimes people, when they come to me for guidance, a lot of times they have these questions, but how spirit later addresses them in the reading through me, it's always through awareness. Sometimes people still want to give their power away, say, what should I do? Should I go there? Should I do this? Should I go into this relationship or not? I mean, this is how you give power to another. You see, this is not higher density. This is not evolved. This is still lacking your power, lacking your center, but not believing in your personal vortex and standing in it and making decisions from this space. And a lot of times, people who want to receive spirit guidance but feel they don't, and they have all these desires, and they say, why they're not happening this way? Why can I really tune into spirit? Is because they don't know what they really want. Not on a personal level, but they really haven't come with the alignment. Okay, but then what do I really want? Because you know that the universal consciousness always it creates everything, because this is for your greater good. How can it not be? You're expanding, but you got to decide for this expansion. If you're not, if there's even 1% of non-clarity and indecisiveness, that's how it's going to be. So a lot of times we say, why this is not manifesting through my guidance is because you still haven't made clarity with what you really want, and then allowing the divine steps in divine order to present themselves and come in perfect timing. I've seen this many times because people just push with their heads without first really declaring honestly within themselves, what do they desire? What do you desire? Do you desire to be in a divine partnership? Is your first desire source service? if this is your first desire, then all the other desires will be serving that first one anyway. You know, and firstly, not judging your experiences is very important. A lot of people, they experience something and then they read these higher spiritual things and they then judge, oh, this is not what I'm feeling, so must be something wrong with me, and then they judge it. Again, judgment prevents you from moving into the higher space. Remember that your personal vibration is what opens you to the gateway of spirit guidance. If you're not living it, then it doesn't just automatically happen. Like I say, sometimes people have this perspective that a voice will suddenly come and speak to you like Angel did with Mary, telling you divine things, and then you will know everything. Spirit never controls you in any sort of way. It never gives you all the answers, always in the now, leading you forward and forward and forward, because it's your mastery. It's to trust that everything is already perfect, and that the universal consciousness already delivers all that you need. And once you know that, you only declare what you really wish to move ahead on each step. So work with these vibrational levels of who you are. Work on your vibration. Just move it up, because it's your body's vibration that will open you to these levels. And each opening, you know, receive it as a miracle, as a gift. You know, sometimes people want to be somewhere way ahead of themselves without doing the work that is necessary here and now. I also see that sometimes in the readings. People are already thinking about so many things in advance, but their soul shows them, but look, it's okay to feel that way, but first you got to do this step and that step and that step. And this means groundedness, and there's no groundedness without you being real and embracing your lower chakras, because these are the ones that are keeping you rooted to this planet and living this experience here. You are ascending here, and this is how it is. Yeah, these are the basics, you know, and it doesn't just come through a sudden voice, like I said, telling you everything, and then you know everything, and you feel, now I can start living my life in peace. Now I know, you know, how this feels. Even if you are attuning to the level of pure spirit, it's still, every day is still initiation. You're in the physical. It's not like, now I've got it, now my homework is done for good. It's not like it is. You know, beings who are serving the creation in all the existences, they know that this is a continuous journey. They're humble. They're always open to service. And they're always offering more and more, and that's why they need to expand more and more. So it's also a journey of constant expansion. The moment you say, now I got it all, I'm connecting to this level of beings, and that's it. And always say, is there more? You know, can I go deeper? Can I go higher in my expansion? Can I go broader? So these are the most important aspects to look into, to consider, and for you to really, really start embracing your sovereignty, being a divine being that is expanding and therefore is ascending. So it's important, and a lot of my purpose has to do with helping people to be initiated into this spirit self. So these are the basics. There's much more to be shared, but I'm getting really chilly now because it's getting cloudy and windy, so I guess I have to go down, work my legs. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to ask me, and I'll try to address them in the further videos. You know, it's very hard for me to go to the root of everything in just one video. It helps me to get a trigger for what I can share more about. And also, mountains have been sharing something with me today. You know, how everything is expanding and ascending. Because I've been thinking about different mountains and why I'm so guided to be here in this place, in the Ulian Alps. These Alps are very old. They're made out of limestone mostly. There's a lot of mountains that are younger. They look darker. You know, limestone is very like white mostly and very fragile. The density of limestone is not so dense. It's very light. And for example, if you have a different base, let's say granite, it's more denser. It's even more grayish looking. And these mountains are younger. So the older the mountains are, they show me the more they are refined, just like us, you know, in a way. So they show me why these mountains are the way they are, and why, for example, the mountains such as Himalayas that are so taller, these are younger mountains. As you know, they always like continue to descend and descend and ascend. So there's like this beautiful, beautiful vortex here that I've been talking about for a while now in my videos. And I'm kind of slowly receiving all these visions, how it is with the rocks, how they show us this, how it's also happening in the through the realm of the mineral kingdom. And it's just beautiful because it makes you understand things on a deeper level. It makes you really connect. So this is how spirit works. You know, it gives you these visions of creation, of things. They're not just your personal needs. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is it for now. I gotta go. It's really freezing. I'll talk to you soon. As always, so much love, wisdom, and power. And greetings from the Master Hill. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I'm so excited. I found another beautiful crystal here in the mountains. Ah, my camera is just really poor zooming. Look, it has a heart in the middle. It's this beautiful, all these pieces here, they're all crystals. Tiny little crystals here, and they're glowing. Yeah, I'm not sure this camera can really show them as they are, but I was so excited. This whole area, I'm gonna zoom through it. I'm gonna browse through it some more if I can find something else like this. Some beautiful white crystalline stones as well. I'm super excited. Yay! Thank you, Maestroka. Here it is, beloved ones, a beautiful spot I found in the mountains to sit in. And I'm looking at this wall. It goes way down into the valley. And I'm sitting here just breathing in, being with the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and the high mountain elves. And I wanted to share these beautiful two peaks, first one, second one, and there in between them, it's like this gateway. There's like this passage. So I wanted to share this with you in the end, and maybe some more views. Well, I can do it now because I'm covered by these rocks, but it's just beyond beautiful. And let's look down. Ah, this is not for everybody, of course. I hope I don't drop my camera. This is more for everybody, the valley. So take care. I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.